Hey guys, today is Luger-Mania Part 2. That's right, I did a video just last week on Luger-Mania Part 1 and showed you a bunch of beautiful Lugers. They never even made it to the website. Actually, most of them never made it to the website because they all sold immediately. I was going to put these on the website. These are from Alabama, but they're going to sell right away. So I wanted to make sure I did a video so you got a chance to see some beautiful Lugers. Now, some of these are ones you've seen before, but let's take a look. This first one is going to be a Black Widow, something special. Come on over. What makes this one, this is a rig, by the way. It is dated 1942, but this is a pigskin holster. The way to tell it's a pigskin, sometimes you can't tell from the outside. The leather is a little bit different. This is cowhide, of course, and this is pigskin. But when you open it up, you can tell right away. It's what I call these little, they're actually dimples for the hair follicles, but we'll call them pimples. So sometimes this will be regular leather, but it is pigskin, just tinier holes. But this is the telltale sign of a pigskin holster. And by the way, they do use a combination of regular leather and pigskin. So like when we look back here, that's regular leather. This is pigskin, this is pigskin. But the pigskin holster sells at a premium, as much as $800 to $1,000 for a really nice one. This is very good to excellent, but it's definitely not mint. It also comes with a 135 tool. I mentioned before the 135 tool by itself can sell for $400, $450 because it's a rare tool. So a rare holster, rare tool, and then a rare gun to go with it, which is the BYF 42 135 proofs with the 135 tool. So this is, for a Black Widow collector, this is a dream come true, and I'm sure this will sell before it even has a chance to hit the website. It comes with two, they call them Black Widow mags, but all it is a black Bakelite or plastic bottom, and same with the spare. There are two magazines. This one has a little ding in it, but it works just fine. We'll check that out. It comes in 9mm, works just fine. Okay, this one you can tell right away is a police holster because of the style of the closure strap going up. It's a police holster dated 1940. It does say Otto Sindel in Berlin. So let's see what's inside. It is something special. It's not your typical police Luger because you can see it's 1939, but it is not Mauser banner. Police Lugers, I'll show you one in a minute, usually have Mauser banner. This is the military code, and this is a military proof, which is Eagle 63. So notice the plum hue. See the sun's coming in there. You can just see that right there. This kind of has the plum hue, which makes it really nice. It's got beautiful light colored grips, but getting back to, it's a military, it was approved for the military, but then diverted to the police, as you can see from the police sear. So everything about this says it's military. Notice the front and back straps, beautiful. And it does come with one matching magazine. Again, it's a military-proofed magazine, and it does match, but it was diverted to the police. Now that's a known variation. They're pretty rare, and they do sell at a premium. I think we sold one last week for about $5,000. This is going to be somewhere in the $4,500 range. It does not have a spare mag. It does, however, have a tool that is marked 42, which is an armorer's replacement. So 1940 holster, 1939 dated military Luger, diverted to the police. This next one is a military style holster. This has got a little bit of wear, all came together, so I'm leaving it together. It is dated 1937, and I'll just let you know ahead of time, this is going to be a 2-match mag rig from 1937. First variation has the straw small parts, and there you go. This is a 1937 Mauser Luger. First variation with the straw color small parts. And you can see the serial number here. Ends in 09, 09, 09, and then when we look at both magazines, you can see they're 8909 with the droop wing 63. So 1937 first variation with 2 matching magazines. These rigs easily go for 6,500. This holster hurts it a little bit because it's worn here. If I had a minty 37 holster, I might swap it out. But you know what? Again, this is the way it came, so I'm going to leave it alone. Oh, this is what was, I knew there was, I was looking for something else was wrong with it, but there's no pouch, so it does not come with a tool. So that hurts the value a little bit. But here's the gun, and I really didn't show you the condition. Front strap and back strap show a little bit of patina, which is, you can see brown coming through the bluing. Both sides of the gun are beautiful. Straw parts. There's a little pin here that is probably, see where that is? There's like a little pin. It works just fine. It's actually a little bit loose, but that's because that pin is missing. So if I can find that pin, I'll put it in, but I wanted to disclose that to whoever buys it. Okay, just like the other one, this one has a holster that's a little bit lacking, but I'm going to leave it together. I can't really read a date. I do see the closer strap is missing. You can see this was put together instead of a tool. They do have a cleaning rod, and that looks handmade. If you, yeah, that's handmade by somebody. And then this brush actually looks like it goes to a smaller caliber pistol. And I can see a Waffen stamp right here. I don't see a date, but it came together with this K-date Luger. So now your faces will brighten up a little bit because we have a K-date. There was a K-date in Lugermania 1 called LM1 and LM2. K-date, Mauser code with the Gothic S. You can see S here. This is a little later. The last one we had was in a 2200 range. This is in the 7100 range. So there are S's on the small parts, but there's less of them. It does have B90 proofs. I think there's an S91 and a B90 proof. But you can look at the condition of the straw, the front strap, the back strap, and near matching magazine because we got 7128 and we would expect a B90 proof. We see here a B90 proof, and this is 7775. So it's close to matching. It's the correct B90. And K-dates have been selling anywhere from 5 to 7,500 without a matching mag. With a matching mag, it would shoot up to like 85 or 95. The holster. What I would do in pricing this, I would throw the holster in for free because it doesn't have a lot of value in its condition, but it did come with the gun, so we sell the gun and throw in the holster. Okay, now we're back to some good holsters. This is a dark brown holster, and from 1939. And by 1940, they started more and more to be black. You will see some black in 1940. In fact, the gun is 1940, but as long as it's within 1 year. So in other words, they issued the holster, and it waited till 1940 before it was hooked up with a gun. So I would not swap this out, but this is a beautiful holster. Look at the inside. It does come with a 655 tool. I'll show you that, but there's the proof mark 655 tool for a 655 proof gun. Let's take a look at the condition. We've got 1940. We've got the Mauser code. We've got beautiful condition, probably 97%. Just a little wear on the hump. This side is even better, 655 proofed. Front strap, beautiful, still has the gloss on it. And same way with the back strap. The magazine matches in the C block. The spare magazine does not match, but it is in the C block. So it's in the same letter block, made the same month, and 655. So C block, and so we have one matching mag for this 1940 with the proper tool, and a spare magazine in the same, made the same month. Okay, another nice holster. This is the last of the Luger rigs, and I have some separate Lugers, and then I have a surprise ending. So make sure you watch to the end, or at least fast forward to the end, but don't turn me off. This is a police style holster. It is dated 41, also comes from Berlin, 1941. That is the police style eagle. You can tell by the stubby wings. That's at least the way I tell. And it does come with a Luger tool, which I believe is blank. Yeah, looks blank, which is fine for the police Luger tools. Often they'll be police marked or blank. And this is going to be a 2-match mag rig. See these little white dots in here? If you watch my videos, there's even some in here. If you watch my videos, there's white dots. All I do is take a hairdryer. That's mold spores just beginning, and when you put them in the safe, they'll just multiply. Get a hairdryer and get that on there till it'll just disappear. It kills the spores without hurting the leather at all. And you can get, the best part is you can get it all the way down in here. Just blow the dryer down in here. It'll get all the way down in there, whereas if you just wipe it off with some kind of a solvent, you won't get all the way down there and you won't get into these little crevices and things. So this one's going to see the hairdryer once this video is done. But let's take a look at this 1941. Remember I said the police would have a Mauser banner. Mauser banner, 1941, has the police Sears safety, ends in 63. 63, look at that front strap. This is near perfect condition. This absolutely gorgeous, I'd say 98%. Let's look at the other side. Eagle L is the police proof. And I already mentioned this is going to have 2 matching magazines. Now they're a little bit crude, but these were done in the police arsenal. We have number 1 and number 2, both matching, and there is no military proof, of course. This is the police style. Again, a little bit crude, but they are matching magazines and correct. So this is a 2-match mag police rig. 2-match mag rigs with a nice holster like this, they've been going in the 6,500 range. Hard to imagine, but they're really hard to find with real magazines that are matching to the gun. Now I have some individual Lugers I'm going to show you. Okay, 3 quick Lugers that are beautiful condition, and then I have a surprise coming up. So this is another 1939 Mauser banner. Actually, not another. That last one was a 41. But this is a 39 Mauser banner, so we know it has to be police. There's the police Sears safety. Ends in 22. It is an Eagle C, similar to the one we just saw, and the grips are beautiful. Front strap, back strap, just a beautiful gun. And this was going to have 1 matching magazine. You can see that. Here's the police style. Note it's number 1, but this came by itself. A beautiful find. Here's the next Luger. This is a 1940 military. It has the 42 code from 1940 and a 655 proof. This gun, at least on this side, is it's like 98, 99%. This side the same. So we're talking 98, 99%. Beautiful grips, front strap, back strap, all beautiful. Just a beautiful gun, would look great in your collection. I think it also is going to have a matching magazine. It ends in 06, and it is not a matching magazine. Oh well. It's in the R block, and this is in the B block. I apologize in advance that I couldn't get you a matching magazine. We'll just take it down to the basement and pop one out. That's a joke. I really don't have any mechanical stuff in the basement. Oh, I do have a hammer. Let's see. This is a 42 Mauser banner, so I think it's going to be police. Yep, there's the police Sears safety. The only reason I hesitated 42, actually each year they do have some commercial guns, but in 1942 they actually put out a little more of the commercial guns because people were, some of the party officials wanted one before they stopped production. They did stop production mid-1942. This one went to the police, and it is Police Eagle L. That's the most common one, by the way. You've seen 3, I think, now that were Police Eagle L. And we see the serial number ends in 5555. And let's see if we can get a matching mag this time. And sure enough, there it is. 2655 with a Y, and there's the number 1. Remember the police style magazine, and then the Y block, and the gun is in the Y block. You do see an Eagle N, which is the commercial proof, and then the police proof. Now, condition, like all of these, well, for the most part, all of these, other than the K-date was lesser quality, that's to be expected. This is like 98, 99%, and does have a matching mag. And these are going in the 4,500 range with the matching mag, less without the matching magazine. But in this condition, they command a premium. Now, let me pull out my surprise. Okay, now don't be disappointed. You thought when I said surprise, I was going to show you a really, really rare Luger. Well, I'll save that for another video. But the reason this is such a surprise, this is actually like a Japanese Luger because it's a Type 14, which was what the regular troops carried. But what's unique about this, first time I've ever seen it before, is the capture paper. I have seen other capture papers, and here, 8mm pistol with the holster, captured in Okinawa. And then this is the guy who brought it back, David Kinney. And he was from Indiana, and this is just from the police department saying that he registered. So he registered this pistol. There's the serial number. And on the capture paper, you can see the serial number up here. So I've never seen this before where people say, oh, my grandfather brought it back, but he got it from Iwo Jima or Okinawa. But there's really no way to prove that. In this case, this is the only time I have ever seen a Japanese Nambu that has a capture paper and specifically says this was captured in Okinawa. Now this is the rubberized canvas. It gets very hard, but to find it with the original strap is unusual. Then this is leather. The reason this won't shut is because there's an original lanyard here. These are worth some money because usually they just got thrown away, but they kept this together. There is the kanji writing, which I'm sure one of our viewers can translate and comment. There's usually something in this secret pouch, but this time there's not. I have some Japanese ammo. I'd love to put that in there, but this is the way it came. And the best save for last is the way they did their spare magazine. They didn't have a pouch like the Germans would have done, but down here you see a cleaning rod. This is an early cleaning rod because it's nickeled, I believe. And then the spare magazine fits down inside here. This is actually a transitional gun, because you'll notice it has the large, this is great for gloves, it has the large trigger guard, it has the early cocking knob, it has nickeled, well, it has a nickeled cleaning rod and nickeled tubes on the magazines. This one sticks. This is very common for the Nambus. These are tough, and this is a very common problem. But it is 2 matching magazines. Very, very cool. 699, you see it's from 1941, July of 1941. So just before Pearl Harbor, this was made and issued. It's all matching, including 2 matching magazines. The spare magazine has the little dot above it. You could ask me why, but I wouldn't know, other than spare magazine had a little dot. So that was the magazine in the gun. This is the spare. Let's see if the mag in the gun is in it. Now, it's still tight. It's very tight. I did take it apart, and the firing pin is intact. It's not numbered, and it is also nickeled. Later, they were blued. You see some straw small parts here. This is also difficult to pull out, and it does fire. I just noticed live on camera, there's nothing hidden here. Yeah, this is missing the extractor, but that's a shame because the vet that brought it back, I will see if I can find an extractor. I actually know a parts guy. I'll see if I can find the extractor, and we'll get that fixed. I believe that's not a numbered part. But so everything else about this is in great condition, all original, and maybe the missing extractor was the way he brought it home. No way to know. I don't think he would have shot it a whole lot, but again, this was brought back by a vet from Okinawa. Maybe a U.S. Marine. I would have to do a little bit of research on that, but just a very cool find. And this is going to be somewhere in the $3,000 range, which is a lot cheaper than a 2-match mag Luger, but they're also a lot harder to take to the range. At least I'm not sure I would shoot it. These are not well made, and the firing pins are prone to breakage. Okay, thanks for watching part 2 of Luger-Mania. I probably will lay off the Lugers for a while, but you never know what treasures are going to show up next.